professional shoplifters. Praised by Republicans and Democrats, Senator McInnes passed tougher penalties for thieves who steal from us. And Tom McInnes cut our taxes, the first $25,000, income tax-free. It's helping families fight inflation and helping small businesses get back on their feet. Senator Tom McInnes, making our communities safer, fighting higher prices, strengthening our economy. Tom McInnes, State Senate. Paid for by Main Street Merchants for a Better North Carolina.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
When you're ready for your next painting project, there's only one place to go for high-quality products. JB Short Carpet 1 in Southern Pines carries premium Benjamin Moore paints for any type of project. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so color will last for years to come. And when you shop JB Short Carpet 1 in Southern Pines, you're not just improving your home, you're supporting a local business too. Benjamin Moore, for everything that matters. JB Short Carpet 1, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Bass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
Home care service for yourself or a loved one is a serious matter. I'm Bob Bonneville, owner of Griswold Home Care of Pinehurst, and I can help. We refer experienced and well-trained caregivers at a very reasonable cost. We come to your home first to make sure it's right for you, and then refer you to the perfect caregiver, short-term, live-in, or respite care. Call me, Bob Bonneville, at Griswold Home Care, 910-420-2366.
There you go. Keep going.
910-420-2366.
I don't want to deal with them. I just want to go by. Come on, keep going. I just want to get by, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. Didn't want to go through the bushes again.
Third generation of a family-owned business. We've been in business for 83 years. We sell live.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, 42 years. And they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back and picked it up and brought it.
The victim noticed that he was recording her underneath.
With Keith Hardware for 28 years. I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars.
Felt really positive. The baby's gaining weight until I noticed.
Dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out. Find out what you've been missing and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
It just doesn't feel like Christmas until you begin to see those twinkling lights all around you. Do you need help this holiday season? Let Dasher's Designs turn your home into a winter.
Tell you what, there's little holes in the middle of the stage where fire comes out of. I just twisted up my ankle a little bit over on that hole there. So if my dance moves aren't 100%, you gotta forgive me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do my best.
Today. Visit us online at dashersdesign.com and don't forget to like us on Facebook.
NCI News. I'm Mike Haley. As funerals and celebrations of life are being planned for the 5 victims of last Thursday's mass shooting in the Headingham neighborhood in Raleigh. CBS 17 spoke with the husband of 52-year-old Nicole Connors, who was shot and killed along with their family dog.
It's taking it a minute at a time, and family emotions going through me.
Early voting begins today. Two professors at Duke University held a Zoom call on Wednesday to discuss voter turnout and election integrity. Adrian Fresh, an assistant professor of political science, said many voters continue to not trust in the election integrity.
Around 40% of Republicans polled in recent surveys believe that the 2020 election was fraudulent.
With less than 3 weeks to go before Election Day, the race for North Carolina...
Got a list of farmers that said that they had already offered to help him.
Two main candidates, Jasmine Beach Ferreira and Chuck Edwards, have raised more money at this point than the candidates in any other District 11 race in history. Marilyn Davis of the Jackson County Democratic Party told WLOS in Asheville,
"It's about the money. We have people donating every day."
Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman
Rock bottom discounts at
Wednesday saying he is recovering well from a stroke he suffered several months ago. Fetterman is in a bare-knuckle campaign against Republican rival Dr. Mehmet Oz, who has questioned Fetterman's fitness. Voter Lloyd Lockerman.
This will be a very difficult election, and I have yet to scratch out a solution for me.
So, not a big Halloween person. I like.
Fighter jet at Hill Air Force Base in Utah. Colonel Craig Ardell says the pilot's okay.
35 Lightning 2 from the 388th Fighter Wing at Hill Air Force Base. Crashed at the north end of the runway.
You're listening to NCN News.
We as parents or grandparents or other people who work with our children should be getting their vaccines and getting their boosters if they haven't.
Reminders to the immune system of who the enemy is so you're ready for it if you run across that virus.
Stay up to date on your COVID-19 vaccine. Find out when you're due for your booster. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
Did you know Atlantic hurricane season runs through November? From gathering necessary supplies to planning an evacuation route, now is the time to make sure you and your family are prepared. And if a storm damages our electric system, local public power providers are ready to respond and restore
says we'll be able to get a better idea of what exactly happened last Thursday, but the report is...
dispute between the administration and the oil industry, where he calls out their record profits in the midst of these high prices and the struggles around the world for energy resources. And the energy companies turn around and say, well, gosh, things would be easier for us to do business if this administration would get off our backs, allow us to drill more, fix permitting problems with not only the oil industry, but all renewable energy sources, and also, double down on the use of fossil fuels instead of worrying about alternative energy sources.
More resignations have been announced in the Lenore County town of Pink Hill after the mayor quit this week. Town resident Susie Baker told WITN she hopes the people of the town can move forward.
We're all adults, and I think that we can all come together and work for the better of Pink Hill.
4 illegally annexed regions of Ukraine are now under martial law. CBS's Naomi Ruckham.
Russia's relentless strikes on Ukraine's power stations recently.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Claims to have shot down more than 200 Iran-made unmanned aerial vehicles, which were used in many of those attacks.
Iran supplies them drones, supplies them kills of Ukrainians.
The U.S. and allies raised concerns over Iran's alleged transfer of the drones at a closed United Nations Security Council meeting Wednesday.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Clear skies overnight, and it's going to be a bit nippy. Maybe some areas of frost by early morning. Look for a low overnight of 33. Then for Thursday, partly cloudy, maybe an area of frost early on. Otherwise, look for a high of 63. Thursday night, clear, not as cold, a low of 38. For Friday, sunny with a high of 68. And Saturday and Sunday, look for sunshine with a high of 73. I'm Steve Leader Adams, in the Weather Center. Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at clear skies, 41 degrees, humidity 77%, dew point 34, winds calm and pressure 30-40. It is 7:16. Let's take a quick look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. So Patco Incorporated, a food processor and packer, will create 440 new jobs in Scotland County, according to Governor Roy Cooper, who announced this yesterday. The company will invest $85 million to build a state-of-the-art processing and packaging facility in the city of Laurinburg. New positions, including craftsmen, managers, operators, and administrative personnel. Salaries for the new positions will vary, with an average annual salary of more than $45,000. The average annual wage in Scotland County is currently $40,900. The project could create a potential annual payroll impact of more than $19 million per year in the region. Meanwhile, North Carolina's in-person early voting begins, today, and ends at 3 p.m. Saturday, November 5th. Warwick County residents can participate in early voting at Cannon Park Community Center in Pinehurst and the Moore County Agricultural Center in Carthage from 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays, and 1 to 4 on Sunday. And American Woodwork Corporation, one of the nation's largest manufacturers of cabinets, will expand its operation in Hamlet, creating 131 jobs in Richmond County. Governor Roy Cooper announced this yesterday. Although wages for the new jobs will vary depending on position, the average salary will be $44,800, which is above the current average in Richmond of $38,000. The state and local area will enjoy an additional impact of more than $5.8 million each year from the new payroll. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can always go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 7:18. Sports is next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. We're looking at a sunny and comfortable day after a chilly start with temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. It'll be clear and cold, though, once again into our Thursday night and Friday morning with temperatures falling into the upper 30s. At this point, we won't expect a freeze warning since we've had that for our Thursday morning, but still going to be tracking some chilly temperatures. We'll be sunny and warmer for Friday with highs in the low 70s to end the week. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center. It's a cold start for our Thursday, but we will see some comfortable temperatures and warmer temperatures by this afternoon. Highs today make it into the upper 60s, and we're going to see lots of sunshine the next several days, so that'll be nice. Then into tonight, clear and cold once again by Friday morning, with overnight lows falling into the upper 30s once again. Then for Friday, we'll be sunny and warmer with high temperatures in the low 70s as we head into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I only want to talk about one thing today, cops. People who wear a badge and carry a gun and live among us. We see them and we say hello, and when one of them's on duty, someone will always crack a joke like, "They've come to get you, Billy," which is, by the way, hilarious. I mean, cops love that joke. They never get tired of it. But look how many are getting shot these days. Not just shot, targeted, ambushed, gunned down, cold-blooded gunned down. Listen, when I was a cop back when me and Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson were the ones who kept bad guys in line, bad guys didn't go specifically gunning for law enforcement officers like they do today. And lawmen and women today have also got to worry about making one wrong move and getting sued. Because we all looked at a video and it looked to us like that officer didn't really need to hit that guy that hard. In the case of our school officers, the SROs, they're just as much a sworn officer as any other cop. They really have to be careful. They're dealing with kids. And there's a limit. There's a line there, but really no one even knows what that line is when it comes to the amount of force they can use, because a video of a cop fighting a kid's not good, even when a kid attacks. And you know what else we have wrong with our SROs? They work for the superintendent. I don't know how we fix this, but that's got to stop. We can't have guys enforcing the law that when they enforce it, it makes their boss look bad. It's just not, it just doesn't work. God bless our cops, all of them. I do, in the Zumwalt Zone.
For a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Fast, fresh, and always great tasting. The Daily Combo Special from Honey Baked Ham for only $8.99. A terrific and tasty lunch sandwich from Honey Baked Ham, accompanied by a side and drink for only $8.99. Make it a Honey Baked Ham Day with their $8.99 combo.
Gib and Jess here from Sandhills Trailer Sales, formerly Dobie Trailer. We sell
Trailers, trailers, trailers.
We're located at 438 White Hill Road in Sanford off of US 1 and 15501, where we sell
Trailers, trailers, trailers.
Whether you need an enclosed, gooseneck, ATV, or equipment trailer, we have them all. We are veteran-owned, so stop by and see us or call us today at 919-776-9624. Sandhills Trailer Sales for all your trailer needs.
And did I mention we sell trailers?
Is your village, town, community, or HOA in need of road repairs? Being proactive is the key to staying ahead of the curve and implementing an effective asphalt repair program. It can improve efficiency and reduce citizen complaints. Give Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services a call at 910-673-1318 to see what they can do for you. In addition to their normal asphalt paving, asphalt overlays, crack sealing, seal coating, and striping, Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services has also implemented its asphalt patching operation through the use of a pothole patch truck equipped with a heated hopper. The patch truck can keep hot mix asphalt for a period of 72 hours, thereby extending the life of the asphalt from 1 to 2 hours with the dump truck. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318, 910-673-1318.
Health insurance open enrollment is here. Patrick McBrayer at the Insurance Center is here to help. Medicare enrollment starts October 15th through December 7th, and those needing individual health care enrollment starts November 1st through January 15th and must enroll by December 15th to be covered by January 1st. No matter your insurance needs, the Insurance Center has you covered with just one call at 910-692-9251 or online at sandhills-ins.com.
When it comes to insurance, you should always think First. First Casualty Insurance Group, that is. At First, we represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies and can provide you with the coverage you need at a price that makes sense. Have us do a top-to-bottom review for you. It won't cost you a cent. Stop by or we'll come to you. There's no obligation. Always, the coverage you need at a price that makes sense. And all you have to do is give us a call, 910-692-8303. We've been in the peace of mind business for over 30 years. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines, 910-692-8303.
It's no surprise, Pinehurst Toyota has done it again, a 3rd award. And this one is the Golden Carfax top-rated dealer, based on Toyota and Hyundai ability to consistently provide the best pre-owned vehicles and service. Pinehurst Toyota also has the Pilot Best of the Pines Service Department and the Sandhills Magazine Best Dealership in Moore County. The Pinehurst Toyota Advantage Plan is our goal to make you 100% satisfied with your visit to Pinehurst Toyota. The first 2 years or 25,000 miles are covered by the Toyota Care Program, and you get 5 years of roadside assistance regardless of miles. That's why with a major service at Pinehurst Toyota, you will receive a complimentary loaner for all qualified warranty repairs. Call Pinehurst Toyota at 910-692-2424. That's 910-692-2424.
It's our inventory reduction sale. Hi, this is Catherine Phelps, new owner of your local Sears hometown store, where creating relationships is our business. Save up to 40% off all scratch and dent, discontinued, and clearance appliances. Hurry in and help us clean out our distribution center while quantities last. See store for details. And remember, we price match any in-stock local competitor at your Sears hometown store in the Town & Country Shopping Center, Aberdeen.
From the WEEB Community Calendar.
The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of flowers, each carried by someone committed to ending this disease. Right now, we need to add your flower to the fight. Take part and walk to help raise funds and awareness for a breakthrough in the fight against Alzheimer's and all other dementia. Join us on Saturday, November 12th at Aberdeen Lake Park by going to alz.org/walk.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I only want to talk about one thing today, cops. People who wear a badge and carry a gun and live among us. We see them and we say hello. And when one of them's on duty, someone will always crack a joke like, "They've come to get you, Billy," which is, by the way, hilarious. I mean, cops love that joke. They never get tired of it. But look how many are getting shot these days. Not just shot, targeted, ambushed, gunned down, cold-blooded gunned down. Listen, when I was a cop back when me and Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson were the ones who kept bad guys in line, bad guys didn't go specifically gunning for law enforcement officers like they do today. And lawmen and women today have also got to worry about making one wrong move and getting sued, because we all looked at a video and it looked to us like that officer didn't really need to hit that guy that hard. In the case of our school officers, the SROs, they're just as much a sworn officer as any other cop. They really have to be careful. They're dealing with kids, and there's a limit. There's a line there, but really no one even knows what that line is when it comes to the amount of force they can use, because a video of a cop fighting a kid's not good, even when your kid attacks. And you know what else we have wrong with our SROs? They work for the superintendent. I don't know how we fix this, but that's got to stop. We can't have guys enforcing the law that when they enforce it, it makes their boss look bad. It's just not, it just doesn't work. God bless our cops, all of them. I do. in the Zoom Wall Zone.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. We're looking at a sunny and comfortable day after a chilly start with temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. It'll be clear and cold, though, once again into our Thursday night and Friday morning with temperatures falling into the upper 30s. At this point, we won't expect a freeze warning since we've had that for our Thursday morning, but still going to be tracking some chilly temperatures. We'll be sunny and warmer for Friday with highs in the low 70s to end the week. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Must be Thursday. Could never get the hang of Thursdays.
I never could get the hang of Thursdays.
What is there, an echo in here?
It's just a regular Thursday.
Thursday it is. Thursday.
Okay, Thursday then.
Thursday.
All agree on that? On that, we agree.
Is it Friday yet?
Tomorrow.
Let's just get through today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start.
On the air in 3, 2.
It's showtime!
Shame, dirty shame, yeah. We can't work it out, no, not this time. We can't be together, we can only be friends. You've got to respect each other, you've got to relate to your lover. It could never be like it was before. You don't know what I'm talking about. I don't love you anymore. It's just that simple. No, not like before. Said a shame, dirty shame, yeah. I'll take care of my responsibilities.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Hey, up and at 'em. Early voting has started. You got to get out there. You got to talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to people you meet, and get them out there to vote. You want to vote, what do they call them? The nonpartisan races are the important ones. Those are the school board. Well, they're all important, but the school board are nonpartisan, so you can't just differentiate a Republican and a Democrat. That confusing commercial there, validates. You got to vote for Benway, you got to vote for Bruno, and you got to vote for Davis on the school board elections. Those are the conservatives. Those are the people that are going to watch your money, watch out for the kids, et cetera, et cetera. So get out there and vote. And, as for the rest of them, we have opportunity to put a couple of more conservatives on the Supreme Court here in North Carolina, et cetera, et cetera. So get out there and vote.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world live on our YouTube channel. How do you get there? You go to our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com.
And then look at the top middle of the page. The video link will be right there along with the chat room. And if you just want an audio stream, well, you can get that too. Go to the upper right-hand corner of every page where the icon says On the Air Listen Live. Click that once you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Going to be partly cloudy with areas of frost early on, a high of 64. Tonight clear, low of 39. Tomorrow sunny, 67. About 72 over the weekend under sunny skies. Monday will start out at 75. Tuesday 76. All this under sunshine. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, pressure 30-40. Dew point 34, humidity 77%. It is clear and 41 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty. It is 7:37 past the hour on this Thursday morning. Got me put in some new headphones for me yesterday.
Yay.
See if because the other ones I've gotten my money out of it, but the ear padding around it is all wore out. And it's hard to keep the sound in, so that's what's been leaking into the mics. But this one's brand new out of the box, so we'll see if it eliminates the problem. So far, yeah, I can put my ear right through the mic and it doesn't squeal. Okay. Well, let's get on what we do here. Let's see. All right. A woman hiking alone in Caprock Canyons State Park in Texas. Ever been there?
No.
Was filming a small herd of bison when one of them suddenly charged and gored her.
What was she doing?
Hiking.
Hiking, yeah. Oh, I thought you said she was doing something to the bison or with the bison.
Well, wait a minute and we'll find out together.
Get going. I don't want to deal with them. I just want to go by. Come on, keep going. I just want to get by, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. Didn't want to go through the bushes again. No. Oh. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I assume there's video there too.
Yeah, I hadn't had a chance to look at that video, but let me see it right quick.
Well, if you're hiking and a big brown furry thing comes out that you recognize as a bison, it would probably be in your best interest to go the other direction or go through the bushes like you didn't want to do, because trying to walk by the thing on the trail is not a good idea.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now. Basically what it was, some bison crossed a little dirt road, and they were wandering out into a field. And instead of following your advice and turning around and walking away, she kept walking towards them up the road. Now, she didn't veer over into the field where they are, but one of them took exception to it, crowding the herd, and he straightened her out in a hurry.
Yeah, not smart. Either stand there and wait for them to march off, because generally that's what they do. But, animals, if you've never noticed with domestic cats and dogs, when you walk around behind them, they quickly turn and face you, etc. Well, when you get out in the wild, yep, that little action holds true. They don't like people and things walking around behind them, and they'll go after you.
Well,
I just, what do you tell people? They've been watching too many cartoons where the big, fluffy, friendly polar bear.
Yeah, they want to come up there and fluff it, pet it like a dog, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, just
these are wild animals; they will kill you. So. And then, no, the bison won't eat you. You're not their cup of tea, but
Well, they'll stomp you pretty good.
Yeah, you're not going to feel good when it's over.
You look like a grease speck on the road when they're done with you. So, yeah, it just amazes me. People don't understand nature, and I think a lot of it is because you grow up watching stupid stuff on television, and I just when you grew up, we had what was the big show on Sunday night? Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah.
And, instead of the big friendly fluffy bear, cartoon and all that, when you watch that, you got the idea that, hey, I don't want to see a bear out in the wild because they will come after you. What's his name? Marlon Perkins. Yeah. Wrestling the anaconda, running from the bear with the other guy that was with him. Jim, yeah, the big Tarzan. I remember him running. They're going to rope a bear, a grizzly bear, from horseback, and they got on horse on either side, and they got the rope around the bear, and the bear's just kind of sitting there, looking back and forth between the two horses that are maintaining tension on those ropes, and then he shook his head, and one horse got pulled completely off his feet. That was the horse Jim was on, and the other guy, the rope either snapped or he pulled it off the pommel. I can't remember. And I just remember Jim running for his life with that bear on his tail. So shows like that are what you need to see. You don't need to see this other garbage that they show you.
Yeah, I can see him now saying,
friendly.
Let him gore you a couple of times, Jim.
Right. Oh no, he ran. He leaped up and he grabbed the low hanging limb and did a kip and managed to get his rear end up and away from that bear claw just in time.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. Oh man, I remember that episode. Woo.
Grizzlies have the long bear claws. The black bears shorter, so they can climb trees better.
Yeah. Well, okay. You don't want either one of them pawing at you.
I was watching a video of a guy in a tree stand. And he saw, I don't know what they call a pack or a herd or whatever you call them, a bear below.
Yeah.
And he was just watching. He wasn't going to shoot any. And all of a sudden, that black bear looked up, and he was up that tree so fast and next to him, and he just froze and had his camera on the bear. And he turned his camera on him. He went, "Oh, shoot," if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Bears are, nothing is. There's coyotes. I guess, I don't know. I'm told there's wolves. You might find a wolf running around out here, but yeah, by and large, your everyday average, wild animal out there has so much vermin and bugs, bugs and things that will do you harm if those things get on you and bite you and stuff. And you just don't want to mess around with the wildlife. You want to maintain a distance.
Meanwhile, police in New Jersey are looking for a man wearing a shirt that reads "Cheers to Poor Decisions." And he spelled it P-O-U-R, decisions, for filming a woman at a Marshall's restroom. There is Lieutenant John Hinchelwood breaking down the incident, plus a shopper talking about how she feels about what happened.
Recording her underneath the bathroom stall. She then recorded him. He left the store, changed his appearance, and came back into the store.
It's a little unsettling since I wasn't aware of it, and I have a daughter, and I'm not really sure what kind of security they can put in restrooms.
So he walks in the restroom and he puts his camera underneath. Kick his hand or something and step on his camera. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just sick people.
Yeah. What can you say? Meanwhile, can you ever breastfeed too much?
Can I ever what?
Can a woman breastfeed too much and mess up her body?
I have no. Ask a doctor.
A woman on TikTok is claiming that her nipple broke off while her child was nursing.
Okay.
Causing him to choke. Here is Brooks Basic, that's her handle name, explaining what happened.
Felt really positive, the baby's gaining weight, until I noticed the latch was not so good. My nipple started to turn black at the base and white at the tip. That's a signal for bad blood flow. That's some dead tissue. I latched my baby boy on, he's nursing, and he stops. I'm looking down, he's kind of choking. My nipple broke off, and he had it in his mouth.
Well, yeah, that's just all kinds of wrong there. I mean, okay. Wow. I've never heard of that one before, but, you know, in the age of COVID vaccines and all the rest, I don't know. I mean, okay, fine.
Well, a farmer out in Minnesota was having trouble harvesting his crop due to injuries he sustained during the summer while saving a dog. Luckily, police in the community came together for Scott Leardry and harvested his entire crop just for him. Here is community member Lori Oslin talking about getting everyone together to help out their neighbor.
Got a list of farmers that said that they had already offered to help him take crops out. So I got on the phone and called all the farmers. They brought trucks and combines and grain wagons, and it's a good deal for Scott.
Yeah, that's old time community there.
Yeah.
I've seen it back in, you know, when I was a kid. Our community was a farming community. Nobody would believe that where it is now, but it was. And yeah, you do that for your neighbor. You do all kinds of stuff for your neighbors.
Well,
you don't do that in New York, for what I can tell, though.
Especially the ones that support you. Provide a lot of jobs in the community. They got the farming so automated. It ain't funny.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
But a lot of the jobs will be maintaining that equipment. They can just go down in a field, huge fields, and they'll take 3 big combines and they'll go in there and tear that field up in about a day or 2.
Well, you know, for your basic large grain crops, wheat, corn, things like that, yeah, that's fairly routine. But when you get down to your vegetable crops, I don't think they're there yet. A lot of those you can't just run a tractor through it and collect it all up.
Got to pick those tomatoes by hand, I guess.
A lot of that you still do. Cabbage, lettuce, you know, potatoes you dig up. I don't know how they do carrots. We never had carrots, but, you know, all the spinach and things like that, a lot of that you just can't run that through a machine. You'll ruin it.
Oh. All right. Well, the woman who does commentaries from her car has Halloween on her mind. Let's hear what she has posted today.
So, not a big Halloween person. I like it. I put out a couple pumpkins. I don't get all the decorations. I don't get it. I don't get the skeletons and the witches and the brooms and the keep out and the this way to the mortuary and the giant blow up Caspers or whatever that people, I just don't get it. It's not my thing. It's not my aesthetic. You know, I like a fall welcome mat and a pumpkin. These people who have had their decorations up already for a month and will have it up for another month or 2, do not come at me when my Christmas lights are still up in January, okay? Not your business. I'm not getting in your business with all your spooky stuff up for months and months and months. You stay out of my business if my red and greens are up for a little extra time. That's all I'm saying.
Silence. I kill you.
Well, I see your point. I've known quite a few people weren't into all the witches and hobgoblins and all those kind of Halloween kind of things. So, you know.
Yeah, stay out of other people's business. Always give them a little snide remark like, I never knew Christmas lights looked so good in February.
Well, yeah, you know, I don't know. We always used to take ours down by January 1st. So people like to leave them up. Okay, as long as you're not keeping me up, I don't care.
Scientists have found ways to erase memories. The Mississippi River is at an all-time low. These are just some of the not headline news.
This is not headline news. Scientists may have figured out a way for people to erase memories. It's called tequila. The Mississippi River hit an all-time low. That's right. It was spotted hanging out with Kanye. People think Johnny Depp's star is rising again because sales of Jack Sparrow costumes are on the rise. Unfortunately for Amber Heard, fewer people are using the poop emoji. Both Snoop Dogg and John Krasinski celebrate birthdays today, which is a perfect combo for people who like to get high and watch reruns of The Office. This is not headline news.
All right.
Kanye, or what's he go by? Ye now, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Ye West.
Yep. Okay. Good for him.
Whatever
he likes. I don't know. He's a little different.
Well, we don't play a lot of classical music here, but we were blown away by this 5-year-old Italian prodigy rolling through Mozart like, well, Mozart. Check it out. Oh, I heard one mistake. Start again. Now, for 5 years old, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say he's got places to go if he wants to go.
I'll see that on America's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. There's somebody with some actual talent. There you go.
That's what gets me. They call it America's Got Talent. And then they'll have somebody in there from Italy or France. It's not America. All right, we did that. People come up with the dumbest ideas and then implement them. A Massachusetts woman is accused of releasing bees on police officers who were trying to serve an eviction notice.
Okay. That's pretty mean.
Rory Susan Wood apparently was apparently part of a protest and arrived towing a flatbed with multiple beehives and began opening the lids. Here's the scene from the parking lot there.
All right.
Oh, come on, Steve. Will you?
That's you're potentially killing somebody if they have.
Listen to this guy suffer.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah! Ah!
Yep. That was actually from The Wicker Man, with Nicolas Cage screaming there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it.
Didn't miss much. Well,
I saw
the
one.
story's true. It's just that.
Yeah, I got it.
Sound
they're
effect.
just throwing in some stupid stuff at the end there, but yeah, that's pretty. That's a foolish thing to do. I mean, get in there and start pounding on those drums to, activate those bees, and you got people, one or two stings. My sister-in-law, I guess she never knew she had any kind of allergy, or she's grown into an allergy since, but she had something bit her on the hand, and her hand blew up like two and a half times the size. I mean, it's, she, I don't know what happened. I said, I don't know what happened either, but you need to get to a hospital. She was just going to stand there, and I'm like, you could see this hand expanding like a rubber glove. I said, go, man. You need to go.
Well, another exciting day in the ER, I reckon.
Well, it's just, to get to the point, it's just, dumb to do stuff like that. You know, what else? I saw a guy, I saw a film. I didn't see this happen, but it was one of those things that goes around, and cops were sitting there questioning some guy. He's sitting on a step or something, and there was a cat there. And the cops were, giving this guy a hard time about something. I don't know what. But this guy just reaches over and he grabs this cat and he shakes it and throws it in the cop's face. And the cat, of course, is like, and just starting to claw this guy's head like nobody's business.
Yeah.
I mean, just stupid stuff.
Well, did you ever watch Sesame Street?
No. Nope.
A little before your time.
After my time, before my time, not my time. Just never watched it.
Well, Cookie Monster from Sesame Street, believe it or not, has a first name.
Good for Cookie.
He recently tweeted that his name is Sid, and it rocked a lot of people who didn't know. We found a 2004 song where he sings all about it.
The first time me eat cookie when me was very small. Me had never ever tasted cookie at all. Me was just a mild-mannered little kid. In fact, back then me think me name was Sid. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yep. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. A 9-year-old, a New York taxi driver, accepted an IOU from a Dublin resident. I'm sorry, not a 9-year-old. 9 years ago, a New York taxi driver accepted an IOU from a Dublin resident of 2 pints of Guinness in lieu of payment. Now, former cab driver John McDowell visited Shane Gaffney at her family's bar and got 2 pints he owed her, or owed him anyway. On top of that, he got to take a tour of the Guinness factory during his visit. Here's McDowell recounting the story.
He said he owned a bar in Dublin. I said, yeah, everybody owns a bar in Dublin. But he says, no, I can get you some free pints of Guinness. We worked out almost like Wall Street brokers. What was the exchange rate between the dollar and the euro? And then we figured out what the price of a pint was. And it came out to 2 pints of Guinness. And I took him up on it 9 years later. It's all downhill from here. Now I got to start paying for Guinness. Come on. The party's over, man.
All right. And we don't have time. Rats. I'll tell you about Little Miss Teen in Texas, won the pageant with a service dog by her side. But we'll get it next hour. 8 o'clock. Here comes your news. We'll see you on the backside.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. We're looking at a sunny and comfortable day after a chilly start with temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. It'll be clear and cold, though, once again into our Thursday night and Friday morning with temperatures falling into the upper 30s. At this point, we won't expect a freeze warning since we've had that for our Thursday morning, but still going to be tracking some chilly temperatures. We'll be sunny and warmer for Friday with highs in the low 70s to end the week. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Chaos is the word being used to describe Britain's government after 6 weeks with new Prime Minister Liz Truss, and she's facing calls for her resignation from members of her own party.
British Prime Minister Liz Truss is hanging on to power by a thread after a senior minister quit with a barrage of criticism, and a key policy vote descended into chaos and acrimony. A botched economic plan unveiled by the government last month triggered financial turmoil and a political crisis that's seen the replacement of Truss's Treasury chief, multiple policy U-turns and breakdowns of discipline. Many Conservatives say Truss must now resign, but she's remained defiant, saying she's a fighter and not a quitter. While one Conservative, Simon Hoare, says the government is simply in disarray. Charles de Ledesma, London.
Former Vice President Mike Pence says the Republican Party needs to be resolute in its opposition to what he calls Russia's unconscionable war of aggression in Ukraine.
I believe the conservatives must make it clear that Putin must stop, and Putin will pay. There can be no room in the conservative movement for apologists for Putin. There is only room in this movement for champions of freedom.
A disturbing new government study finds that pregnancy-related deaths spiked nearly 80% since 2018, with COVID-19 being a factor in a quarter of last year's deaths. The increase in the number of women who died from pregnancy or childbirth complications in the U.S. has disproportionately claimed Black and Hispanic women as victims. As winter approaches, the energy outlook is bleak, with high costs and tight fuel supplies. The Energy Department now projecting sharp price increases for home heating compared to last winter. More at townhall.com.
You know how much you're really paying for life insurance through work? I can almost guarantee you're overpaying for limited coverage. I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent for over 20 years. My clients are shocked to learn how expensive life insurance at work really is because of a rate that's driven up by unhealthy people. Why pay more when you don't have to? For over 35 years, Select Quote has helped people save 50% or more by shopping highly rated insurance carriers. I found a 40-year-old man with high blood pressure, a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Don't procrastinate. Workplace open enrollment will be here soon. Let Select Quote save you money and get you the coverage you need to protect your family.
For your free quote in just minutes, call 1-800-865-2266. That's 1-800-865-2266. 1-800-865-2266. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Full details on example policy and carrier ratings at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Price could vary by health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Looking ahead to expected losses on Election Day, Democrats are already pointing fingers of blame. Here's Bob Agnew.
The polls don't look good for Democrats as they face the very real possibility of losing their majority in the House and perhaps in the Senate. Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders blames the party for focusing on social issues like abortion rather than what he sees as economic injustice. Many are pointing to President Biden's dismal approval numbers. Former President Obama is urging woke elements in the party to soften their tone. In a weekend interview, he described the Democrats as sometimes being a buzzkill by constantly scolding people for being politically incorrect. Bob Agnew reporting.
Gas stoves in California homes are leaking cancer-causing benzene. In a new study, researchers say more info is needed to understand how many homes have leaks. California has the second highest level of natural gas use in the U.S. News and analysis at townhall.com. The President and the National Archives now being sued for withholding classified documents.
The lawsuit was filed by the largest online source of JFK assassination records. The Mary Farrell Foundation wants the federal government to release all the remaining documents related to the murder of President Kennedy almost 60 years ago. The lawsuit argues that the government has not adhered to the President John F. Kennedy Assassination Records Collection Act of 1992 that mandated all records related to the assassination be available via the National Archives by 2017. President Trump delayed the release in 2018, citing national security concerns. President Biden delayed the release in October of 2021, citing COVID. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A major Nigerian energy company says it cannot deliver natural gas as promised in its contracts after deadly flooding hindered its operations. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hello, everyone. This is State Representative John Sauls, former pastor for 22 years in Sanford, and now I've been serving in Raleigh for 10 years. And I am endorsed by the National Right to Life, the National Rifle Association, National Federation of Independent Businesses, the North Carolina State Troopers Association, and the Lee County Sheriff. And I'm going to get to know your sheriff soon. Vote John Sauls, November 8th.
Paid for by Sauls for NC House.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call will be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away.
comment, save your energy. Well, Comfort Services can save your energy bill and make your home more comfortable. Specializing in insulation, HVAC, and comprehensive air quality services. Locally owned since 2003, Comfort Services is nationally certified and a Carrier Energy Expert dealer with highly qualified technicians. Go to ComfortServicesinc.com or call 910-695-2665 on Highway 5 next to Habitat in Aberdeen. 910-695-2665.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
Serving Moore County since 1960 and continuously owned since then by the Parker family, Aberdeen Exterminating's goal has not changed since that first day nearly 60 years ago: to provide prompt, courteous, dependable services at a fair price. Services include termite inspections and treatments, household pest control, flea and tick control, yard treatments, mosquito control, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, real estate inspections, installing moisture barriers, bed bug treatments, and more. Pests are a part of life in the South, especially termites. That's something you can depend on, so choose a service company you can depend on. Call Aberdeen Exterminating for a free inspection. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
Ember's Smokehouse is now open in downtown Southern Pines. Looking to satisfy your barbecue craving? Well, step up to the counter and order classic barbecue like pulled pork, ribs, briskets, or chicken. Order by the platter with classic sides or by the pound. Your barbecue craving will be satisfied. Check out their menu and other delicious items. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 7, and Sunday, 10 to 3. That's Ember's Smokehouse, 130 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines.
Garage door broken? If it is, your home is not as safe as it could be. Call Superior Overhead Doors today. Whether you need repairs or full replacement, you can count on us. With over 20 years of experience, no job is too big. Active duty military receive $20 off repairs and $50 off installation. So call Superior Overhead Doors today at 910-992-6227 or visit us online at superioroverheaddoorsllc.com for a free estimate.
This is the perfect time of the year to bust out all your Echo tools and equipment from Beaver Equipment. Thanks to all the storms, my new Echo chainsaw from Beaver Equipment has been getting a good workout. Beaver Equipment is the place to go for rough and rugged Echo equipment for real men. They offer 5-year warranties and are locally owned and operated. So men, get out there and enjoy your Echo Power equipment from Beaver Equipment, Highway 211 in Aberdeen, 910-944-0402.
NCI News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. Early voting gets underway in North Carolina today. Michael Dickerson is the Director of Elections from Mecklenburg County and says they are expecting a good turnout.
We're looking anywhere between a 50 to 55% turnout here in this county.
A celebration of life is being scheduled for 34-year-old Mary Marshall. She was one of the victims from last Thursday's mass shooting in Raleigh that killed 5 and left 2 wounded. The event will be on October 29th. What was originally going to be Mary's wedding day. CBS 17 spoke with her sister Megan.
She just happened to be on the greenway at the wrong time.
With active shooter situations continuing to occur across the country, police agencies in Wake County and other parts of the state are working together to improve training and coordination. Morrisville Police Captain Eric Preddy sat down with CBS 17 and said,
a lot of agencies have practiced open-air active threat events, and they continue to do so.
President Biden unveiled his new plan to bring oil prices down. A major part of his plan is to release 15 million barrels of oil from the National Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The president also pressed oil companies to ramp up domestic oil production. CBS News senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
Given that there are just 20 days to go until the midterm elections, and Democrats are taking heat from voters for not doing enough to deal with inflation and rising gas prices and the price of most other goods and services.
Late October in North Carolina means night falls sooner and deers come out of the woods for mating season, which creates the perfect storm for drivers. New NCDOT data shows more than 60,000 collisions encounters with animals statewide in the past 3 years have occurred, including 11 deaths and thousands of injuries. Donna Fleming and her husband had a deer in Craven County, and she tells WCTI.
We were driving down the road and it darted in front of us. It was too late for us. We hit it. Well, yeah, we were devastated.
The Nash County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday announced the arrest of a former daycare worker for child abuse. You're listening to NCN News.
The new COVID-19 boosters are safe and even more effective. We know that the COVID-19 virus continues to change over time as it continues to spread in our country and around the world. The new boosters give us all better protection against the COVID strains of the virus that we now see in our communities. You have a spot. Take your shot.
Stay protected against COVID-19. Find the updated booster at myspot.nc.gov.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance was just named one of America's best insurance companies by Forbes and the nation's best auto insurer in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card for the 3rd year in a row. Sometimes being the best means being a little different. Our difference is our people. And with agents in every county, you've got local award-winning service right in your backyard. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The cost of a fill-up inches down slightly as the president looks for larger drops in gas prices.
I'm Tom Foti. He's done it before. He is doing it again. President Biden releasing some 15 million barrels of government reserve oil.
Independent analysts have confirmed that drawdowns on the reserves so far have played a big role in bringing down oil prices, bringing them down. So we're going to continue to responsibly use that national asset.
The AAA average for a gallon of gas today is $3.84, about a penny less than yesterday. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
Inflation is affecting almost everything and everyone, including the cost of food, and that's impacting food banks across North Carolina. State Ag Commissioner Steve Troxler says that's why they're needing donations more than ever. Today, if you bring 6 food cans, you can get into the state fair free.
Bring 6 cans of food, then what we're going to do is let you in the fair.
The 17-year-old who has been charged with the murder of 14-year-old Lyric Woods and 18-year-old Devin Clark in Orange County will likely be charged as an adult. The district attorney's office said Wednesday they expect the case to be moved to Superior Court. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss is fighting for her political life with calls for her resignation coming from within her own party. CBS's Rami Anciotto.
20p tax cut, gone. 2-year energy freeze, gone. Tax-free shopping, gone. Economic credibility, gone.
Mr. Speaker, that I am sorry and that I have made mistakes.
But her apology did little to calm anger, even in her own party.
I think it's a shambles and a disgrace. The damage they have done to our party is extraordinary.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
It's a cold start for our Thursday, but we will see some comfortable temperatures and warmer temperatures by this afternoon. Highs today make it into the upper 60s, and we're going to see lots of sunshine the next several days, so that'll be nice. Then into tonight, clear and cold once again by Friday morning, with overnight lows falling into the upper 30s once again. Then for Friday, we'll be sunny and warmer with high temperatures in the low 70s as we head into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, sunny and 43 degrees. Humidity 75%, 2.35. Winds calm and pressure's 3041. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. Topping the news, SoPac Company Incorporated, a food processor and packer, will create 440 new jobs in Scotland County. The company will invest $85 million to build a state-of-the-art processing and packaging facility in the city of Laurinburg. New positions include craftsmen, managers, operators, and administrative personnel. Salaries for the new position will vary, with an average annual salary of more than $45,000. The average annual wage in Scotland County is $40,900. The project could create a potential annual payroll impact of more than $19 million per year. North Carolina's in-person early voting period begins, today, and ends at 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 5th. Moore County residents can participate in the early voting at Cannon Park Community Center in Pinehurst and the Moore County Agricultural Center in Carthage. Hours are 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on the weekdays. On weekends, it'll be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday, 1 to 4 on Sunday. And American Woodmark Corporation, one of the nation's largest manufacturers of cabinets, will expand its operations in Hamlet, creating 131 jobs in Richmond County. Governor Roy Cooper announced this on October 18th. Although wages for the new jobs will vary depending on position, the average salary will be $44,700, which is above the current wage average in Richmond County of $38,000. The state and local area will enjoy an additional impact of more than $5.8 million each year from the new payroll. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can always go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:16. Sports is next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Nate Saunders. On Wednesday night college football, App State rallied after a dismal first half against Georgia State to pull off a large win. They scored 35 points in the second half to beat the Panthers 42-17. North Carolina redshirt freshman quarterback Drake May has led the Tar Heels to a 6-1 record so far this college football season, and they're coming off a 38-35 rivalry win at Duke last weekend. May joined the Jim Rome Show Wednesday to discuss that victory.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Credit to Duke. They brought, the crowd. They had the light show going. What can you ask for besides a game-winning drive against a rivalry? First rivalry game for me. It was just awesome to come with a win at their place, and this just goes to show we got something special here, Bill, in Chapel Hill.
UNC is on a bye week this week. They'll take on Pitt next Saturday. The Astros are 3 wins from a return trip to the World Series. Correspondent Adam Spolain reports.
Justin Verlander allowed 1 run over 6 innings as the Astros took Game 1 of the ALCS, beating the Yankees 4-2. Verlander struck out 11, and he retired the last 11 men that he faced.
Getting out on a good note and winning that first one is you kind of keep the momentum going after we also had a few days off. It's nice to get back in the flow of the game and win one.
Chas McCormick, Yuli Gurriel, and Jeremy Pena hit home runs for the Astros, and Pena collected 3 hits. Harrison Bader and Anthony Rizzo went deep for the Yankees. Adam Spolain, Houston.
The NLCS is tied at a game apiece after the Padres turn a 4-0 deficit into an 8-5 win over the Phillies. Correspondent Philip Goen reports.
Josh Bell and Brandon Drury combined to go 5 for 8 with 5 RBIs and a home run each as the Padres chased Phillies starter Aaron Nola with a 5-run 5th inning. Blake Snell shook off a rough second inning to toss 5 innings for the win, while Nola took the loss going 4 2/3 innings, allowing 6 runs on 7 hits.
You're listening to NCN Sports.
Your North Carolina Zoo is open year-round, and a family membership is a wonderful way to enjoy the zoo experience and support your zoo. Members can bring guests at a discount and enjoy exclusive membership areas. Usually after about 2 visits, an annual membership has more than paid for itself. And your membership is recognized by over 150 zoos and aquariums nationwide. Make your next visit to the North Carolina Zoo as a member rather than a visitor. Learn more about family memberships at nczoo.org.
Small business owners are a cornerstone of our state's economy and are essential to the fabric of our rural, urban, and suburban communities. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of the small businesses lining main streets from Murphy to Manteo and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled hundreds of entrepreneurs, advocates, and community leaders from across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa said he is glad to be back after a long process to clear concussion protocols. He is expected to start against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday night after missing the past 2 games. Tagovailoa last played in a September 29th loss at Cincinnati when his head slammed to the turf and he suffered a concussion. He said he remembers everything from that night up to the point he got tackled. He doesn't remember being stretchered off the field. And a pair of underachieving 2 and 4 teams face off tonight with the Arizona Cardinals host the New Orleans Saints. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals get DeAndre Hopkins back for the first time since a knee injury sidelined him for the final 3 games of last season, and a 6-game suspension for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing drugs delayed his return. I'm Nate Saunders, and you're listening to NCN Sports.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Do you know who your kids are messaging right now? It's every parent's worst nightmare. An online predator chatting with your child. But Sherry Beasley? She ruled to let convicted sex offenders back on social media. You heard that right. After predators are caught and convicted of sex crimes, Sherry Beasley supported letting them back on the very same sites our children use. It's dangerous. And Beasley supports ending cash bail, too, letting violent criminals out of jail. It's a failed liberal scheme that's causing crime to surge in other states. Liberal politician Sherry Beasley supported letting convicted sex offenders back online and criminals back on our streets, making all of us less safe. Stop Sherry Beasley. She's dangerously liberal. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Is your Medicare covering enough? First Medicare Direct plans were made for you. For 2023, we're lowering copays and out-of-pocket maximums so you can save even more. Plus, we've added reimbursements for your favorite fitness activities, including golf. Our plans start at $0 a month. Learn more during a free seminar in your area. Visit firstmedicare.com/FMD23. First Carolina Care Insurance Company is a health plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in First Carolina Care depends on contract renewal. For accommodations of persons with special needs and meetings, call 888-382-9781 TTY 711.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the Pool Advantage.
Thinking about updating and customizing your kitchen? Now is a great time to do just that with KitchenAid appliances from Keys Appliance Center. Now through December 31st, you can receive up to $1,500 in rebates on select KitchenAid appliances. So head on over to the appliance experts at Keys Appliance Center and visit with any sales associate for complete rebate details and list of eligible models. Keys Appliance Center, located at 104 East Main Street in downtown Aberdeen.
Is your village, town, community, or HOA in need of road repairs? Being proactive is the key to staying ahead of the curve and implementing an effective asphalt repair program. It can improve efficiency and reduce citizen complaints. Give Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services a call at 910-673-1318 to see what they can do for you. In addition to their normal asphalt paving, asphalt overlays, crack sealing, seal coating, and striping, Seven Lakes Contracting Contracting and Asphalt Services has also implemented its asphalt patching operation through the use of a pothole patch truck equipped with a heated hopper. The patch truck can keep hot mix asphalt for a period of 72 hours, thereby extending the life of the asphalt from 1 to 2 hours with the dump truck. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318, 910-673-1318.
In real estate, just like in golf, local knowledge is important. So get on board with the team that sells more. Hi, this is Angie McHugh with Sand Hill Realty. Our team of agents have over 100 years of combined real estate experience right here in Moore County. We have local knowledge. So check out our listings at WeSellMore.com or call me, Angie McHugh, at 910-315-6280. At Sand Hill Realty, we know more, we love more, and we sell more.
It's our inventory reduction sale. Hi, this is Katherine Phelps, new owner of your local Sears hometown store, where creating relationships is our business. Save up to 40% off all scratch and dent, discontinued, and clearance appliances. Hurry in and help us clean out our distribution center while quantities last. See store for details. And remember, we price match any in-stock local competitor at your Sears hometown store in the Town & Country Shopping Center, Aberdeen.
Need to replace that old worn flooring or building that dream home? With over 60 years of experience, Flooring Gallery and Interiors has all your carpet, hardwood, tile, and LVP needs covered. Looking for custom rugs or cabinetry? They have those too. Flooring Gallery and Interiors is family owned and located at 1501 NC Highway 5 in Pinehurst. So call them today for all your flooring needs at 910-295-2293 or online at flooringgalleryandinteriors.com.
If there was a better way to handle your finances, when would you want to know? Tune in to White Horse Financial Solutions every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. here on WEEB.
From start to finish, we get the job done right. Professional and caring, you're comfortable day or night. We're the local family, you can count on us. Right there, right on time, the ones you come to trust. 4 seasons, heating and air. Get comfortable with us.
4 Seasons in West End on Highway 211, 910-235-0606.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I only want to talk about one thing today: cops. People who wear a badge and carry a gun and live among us. We see them and we say hello. And when one of them's on duty, someone will always crack a joke like, "They've come to get you, Billy," which is, by the way, hilarious. I mean, cops love that joke and never get tired of it. But look how many are getting shot these days. Not just shot, targeted, ambushed, gunned down, cold-blooded gunned down. Listen, when I was a cop back when me and Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson were the ones who kept bad guys in line, bad guys didn't go specifically gunning for law enforcement officers like they do today. And lawmen and women today have also got to worry about making one wrong move and getting sued, because we all looked at a video and it looked to us like that officer didn't really need to hit that guy that hard. In the case of our school officers, the SROs, they're just as much a sworn officer as any other cop. They really have to be careful. They're dealing with kids, and there's a limit. There's a line there, but really no one even knows what that line is when it comes to the amount of force they can use, because a video of a cop fighting a kid's not good, even when your kid attacks. And you know what else we have wrong with our SROs? They work for the superintendent. I don't know how we fix this, but that's got to stop. We can't have guys enforcing the law that when they enforce it, it makes their boss look bad. It's just not, it just doesn't work. God bless our cops, all of them. I do. in the Zoom Walk Zone.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. We're looking at a sunny and comfortable day after a chilly start with temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. It'll be clear and cold, though, once again into our Thursday night and Friday morning with temperatures falling into the upper 30s. At this point, we won't expect a freeze warning since we've had that for our Thursday morning, but still going to be tracking some chilly temperatures. We'll be sunny and warmer for Friday with highs in the low 70s to end the week. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Must be Thursday. Could never get the hang of Thursdays.
I never could get the hang of Thursdays.
What is there, an echo in here?
It's just a regular Thursday.
Thursday it is. Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. Thursday then.
Thursday.
You all agree on that? On that, we agree.
Is it Friday yet?
Tomorrow.
Let's just get through today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to start.
On the air in 3, 2.
It's showtime!
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. The Colonel's here this morning. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Hey, up and at 'em. Early voting has begun. Get over to Pinehurst Community Center. Get over to the Ag Center in Carthage. But it's time. It's time. You got to break it out. Get that ballot. Vote conservatives. You have the unaffiliated or the nonpartisan races in the school board. Bruno, Benway, and Davis. Get your pencil out. Crayons for you Marines. Benway, Bruno, and Davis. Those who you got to vote for. I'm not even going to mention the others. They don't deserve to have their names mentioned.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's up and running at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Any of them will get you to the same place. When you get there, the video link is right there in the top upper middle of the page where it says video. And I'm sounding like the vice president now. Anyway, you click that link and that'll put you on our video page along with our chat room. And if you're just looking for our broadcast signal by itself, you can get that too. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says on the air, listen live. Click that once and you're listening that quick to our broadcast signal. And that's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Well, it's going to be a little warmer than yesterday, but still on the nippy side. Partly cloudy today, areas of frost early on. Look for a high of 64. Tonight, clear and 39. Friday, a little warmer again, mostly sunny with a high of 67. 40 sunny Friday night, and over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, sunshine and lower 70s. Monday, Tuesday next week, we're back in the mid-70s. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, pressure is 30-41, 2.35, humidity 75%. It is sunny and 43 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 34 past the hour on this Thursday morning. Steve Woodward joins us now in the studio also. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve and Colonel.
Morning.
How are you? Thank you for mentioning early voting, which has begun even as we speak through November 5. Many of us believe in voting on Election Day, and I probably will, but it's at least fun to go out and see the tents that are set up to interact with the voters. And I was actually out there last night surveilling the Pinehurst Community Center, and we will have 4 tents there. One will be occupied by school board candidates, at least 2 of whom claim to be Republicans, but will not be joining us under the Republican tent. So draw your own conclusions.
Yeah, they're not Republicans. They registered as Republicans when they got here, same as you had some of your former board members. I don't even like mentioning their names, but yeah, you've had quite a few. We've had quite a few of these school board members who, in nonpartisanship, have re-registered as Republicans so that they appear to be conservative. They are not, and you need to differentiate. And like I said, we have Bruno, Benway, and Davis. Those are your conservatives. They're going to look out for your kids. They're going to look out and make the most efficient use of your tax funds, etc. And school management, school construction, etc. The other 2 are not. The other 3 are not. And that's just it. Bruno, Benway, and Davis.
And of course, we were very shocked that the pilot endorsed 2 of their opponents in their recent edition, because they're going to bring civility back to the school board meetings. Forget about the substance of the meetings.
Right.
They just want the rubber stamp thud to be heard again.
Yeah, they want a do-nothing board. They want the. I don't have a really palatable term to use on the radio to describe what the old school board was. Legacy school board, we'll go with that. But the old legacy school board, do-nothing board, walked around glad-handing at school events, watching the kids play sports or whatever the kids were involved in, and pretending to be there for the children. They're not. They wasted money. They've implemented the CRT, the critical race theory garbage, and they also allow these filthy books in the libraries. They allow, I'll use the word filthy books. Mark Robinson's not wrong. And you've heard about these surveys where they, surveys the kids and ask the kids, personal questions about sex and drugs, and no, sorry, that's inappropriate for school. They should be there to learn how to read, write, and do math. And then I would also throw in they need to learn how to learn the dialectic, learn how to reason through issues, etc. And that's what clearly our educational people, institutions today don't want students to do. They don't want students to be able to rationalize and work through issues and work through problems, because if you teach kids to do that, kids are going to grow up into adults that are really going to question what's being done here in this country. And that's why these other people, 2 of these individuals that are on the ballot, that are not Bruno, Benway, and Davis, are longtime members of the school administration, et cetera. So, hey, in the last 20 or 30 years of their service, how come we've ended up with garbage school ratings? Well, ask those 2 when you see them. The 2 that are not named Bruno, Benway, and Davis.
Yeah, well, they seem to be completely disconnected from how their experience and service has impacted the educational environment in our county. And it's and I'd like to go directly to one very important thing that was said in the school board forum I will mention one of the opponents because she is a sitting board member, Pam Thompson. chair of the Moore County Board of Education. She's on the record as dismissing violence on our school campuses as boys shoving boys. Well, let me just, let's extrapolate that a little bit. Let's go to the news that was reported this week about 2 recent shooting incidents in our community. And they both involve teenagers, high school-aged boys. Okay, they arrested a kid, 15 years old, for the shoot-'em-up in Aberdeen on October 8th. Yesterday, he was arrested, 15 years old. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't even wound anybody. He was obviously not a very good marksman, or else we would have had our own Raleigh event, as they had last week in the Raleigh community, where 6 people were shot. We could have had that in Aberdeen very easily, and it was the same situation, a 15-year-old boy with a gun. And then, meanwhile, they have arrested and charged with first-degree murder in the gas station shooting in Southern Pines, a 17-year-old who shot and killed, wait for it, another 17-year-old, shot and killed him. Now, if these boys shoving boys on our school campuses are to be dismissed by the chairman of the Moore County Board of Education, how far of a reach is it to the point where the boys are not shoving boys, they're shooting boys? If they can do it in the streets of Aberdeen and Southern Pines, they can do it on our campuses. And it just infuriates me that a sitting board member dismisses the problem with violence on our school campuses with such a flip remark as that. And I think she should be held to account for that remark. And I hope our candidates going forward will remind everyone of what was said about that important problem on our campuses.
Yeah, that is. I've seen some of the videos that you're alluding to here, and you've had a couple of cases where a school employee trying to break up a fight is attacked and struck down from behind. I mean, I don't believe he was knocked unconscious or anything, but he was attacked from behind by another participant in this fight. And I don't know, was that individual a teacher? Do you know? I don't remember.
It was not a teacher, but an
employee, though.
An employee of the schools.
An adult employee sees a fight, does the right thing, tries to get in between the two fighting, and ends up being attacked. And that's absolutely inappropriate. And to my knowledge, nothing has come of that from any of the participants and the individual school employee involved. I mean, that makes you wonder whether or not that guy wants to go back. As a man, it wasn't a woman. It was a man, and a fairly sizable man. I'm not saying anything about his health or anything, but he was a big man, and obviously had the wherewithal to break up a fight. And but when somebody gets you from behind, that's it. He was knocked down. And you just got to wonder whether or not you keep employees. If you have good employees, you don't want you don't want them in physical danger, number one, and number two, you want to make sure that the source of that danger is no longer evident in the school afterwards. But to my knowledge, the student is still there.
Well, the student apparently will be coming back. The one who threatened to kill the fellow student.
Oh, this is a separate issue.
At Cranes Creek.
Yeah, Cranes Creek.
And if you read the social media post about that incident, it's not so much about the act of violence that occurred, which was bad enough, but the willful attempt by those in authority to dismiss it as no big deal.
Right. Yeah.
The kid has been, the attacker has been previously, expelled and, sent away to the Pinckney school for a period of time. Meanwhile, the school administration will not deal with the parent of the kid who was attacked. They just dismiss the parent and say, we'll deal with it. Leave us alone. It's unacceptable, and I know that John Zumwalt has talked about that a lot here, about how these investigations, under the cover of darkness, give us no confidence that any of these incidents are really being taken seriously, and that there's an effort to improve the conditions on our campuses of these public schools.
Yeah, I disagree wholeheartedly with Pam Thompson's comment. This is boys will be boys. I mean, yeah, you know, there's push and shoving between two individuals sometimes for whatever reason. But this is when you see these videos, these are people, these are groups ganging up on one child in several cases. This is not just a simple push shove disagreement about ice cream or something in the chow line, or excuse me,
Correct.
in the lunch line.
Correct.
This is out and out hostility, and it needs to be addressed. And if you have administrators and they're not adequately addressing questions by the students who are being attacked, et cetera, then something needs to be done at all levels throughout here. Number one, starting with the student that perpetrated these attacks, and working all the way up to the principals who are hiding this stuff. They're hiding it.
Yeah, and that's why it's maddening when you read the sanctimonious pilot endorsement of the opponents for the school board as suggesting that if we can just get these entrenched educational industrial complex people back on the board to muffle the Hensley, Levy, Holmes troublemaking off in the corner, that we can restore our school board and our educational system to the way it was. Well, the way it was is how we got here. I mean, the way it was is a direct, straight line to where we are today with the 2 F-rated schools, the multiple C and D schools, and it really bothers me when I read an interview with Pam Thompson in the pilot, where they did the equal time interview between Pam and Shannon Davis the other day. And Pam said that her goal upon being reelected will be to pursue policies to help minority and economically disadvantaged students. So that's her goal going forward. What has her goal been these past 2 terms?
Yes.
She's a 2-termer.
Right.
She is a Northern Moore resident. She is held up as the shining light of the disadvantaged students from Northern Moore. And yet her goal going forward is to address their needs. Well, their needs are to be taught how to read, do math, and not beat each other up. That's what their needs are. And the pilot says that by shedding light on those things, Hensley, Levy, and Holmes have created a circus at our school board meetings. No, they've finally turned our school board meetings into substantive discussions of the problems that were constantly ignored by former Superintendent Robert Grimacy. And I don't know for the life of me how his dutiful school board members didn't drown in the Kool-Aid that they were drinking, because they were being served vats of it for years.
Certainly. It is. It's ridiculous. That comment on going forward, let's address underprivileged kids. Here's a policy for you, Pam. Give the kids a book and tell them to read it, and give them a decent book with some information, substantive information to learn from. Whether it's a math book, a history book, civics, et cetera, and start teaching those things and focusing on those things instead of sexual surveys and this racial garbage that it serves no purpose. No matter what you want to look at historically, it serves no purpose to sit there and continually scratch that scab and continue to make it bleed. It's just ridiculous. Get back to learning some things, and that's what our present 3 Holmes, Levy, and Hensley. David Hensley. I'm sitting there, David Hensley. Yeah, that's what they want to do, is get back to learning and more efficient use of funds to hire more teachers and do the things that your legacy school board has been yakking about for years and never accomplished. The switch, bait and switch that Grimacy and crew went forward to the county commissioners routinely. Oh, we need money for this. We need money for that. And then they get the money and spend it on something else that doesn't serve the children, doesn't serve the kids' education, and doesn't serve teaching.
So I want to jump in,
please,
while y'all in between breaths here, and talk about unaffiliated candidates, because I went through it. Where I went out and I had to get like 4,000 signatures after you throw out the ones that really weren't registered or didn't write legibly. You had to end up with your 2,800. And it's a job. It's a big job. Now, throughout the whole process, even though I was running as an unaffiliated candidate, I was still a Republican. I never changed my affiliation personally to the out of the Republican Party. But you would not believe, and last time I was registered as Republican, and you wouldn't believe how mistreated the Republican Party came at me. They did even at the voting booths, at polling places where I had a lady out there handing out material. You had one clown under the Republican tent sitting there acting tough guy, and he's sitting there booing my lady who was handing out literature. And then when they had the literature, the voter had the literature in hand, he'd take it out of their hand when they got to his tent. Now, this is the Republican Party and their way of acting toward other Republicans, and it's shameful, it's disgraceful. They wanted their little love child in there who they don't know how just corrupt he is, but I'm going to let them know here pretty soon. But that whole department is corrupt from head to toe, and I'll prove it very soon. But we're talking about the sheriff's department, and it's gotten ridiculous how when they pick a candidate, they go and they get invited to the meet the public venues and coffee clutches. But if you're not on their list of the love child, well, you don't even get an invite. You don't even find out about it till it's pretty much over. But this is the dirty stuff they pull, and I'm pretty ashamed of my Republican Party. That's what I had to get off my chest.
Well, you know what? Our Republican Party has some flaws, but it is
that was downright crooked election interference.
It is the glaring. However, we will always be the glaring and one and only alternative to the left.
I'm not saying I'm not voting Republican.
Yes,
but they better straighten up their act because.
Well, just let me say this. I didn't observe what went on down there at. Where was
I got it in writing from the lady who did.
Well, I know, but down there at that polling place, and all I'll say is I got here in 2012, and I sat out at early voting polling places for about the first 4 or 5 elections that I got here. And I sat out there at West End at the old, there's an old high school gym out there where they used to do the early voting. And all I will say is I experienced exactly what happened to that lady personally. And I'm not going to name names because I'll get laughed out of here and vilified if I mention who did it to me. But yeah, I believe that lady wholeheartedly. And all I would say is the Republican Party ought to get out there and just throw a blanket on that stuff and just a little civil discourse.
They need to restore their integrity.
And
they
civil
have lost.
civility out there and stop. If you have an individual doing that, a Republican Party person seeing that ought to stop it. That's all I'll say, because I had the same thing, and oh, by the way, I had an individual do that, basically say everything that I handed out was a lie, called me a liar, without using the word liar, but basically said everything I just told the voter was incorrect. Take the paper out of their hand, and then The third day I was sitting out there, I sat out there every day. And the third day I actually had a second individual come out there and threaten me.
Well,
I won't mention that individual's name either, because I know I'll get vilified and thrown out.
Well, there are a lot of aspects of early voting that I do not like. One of them is, in particular, they plot out this little section where the tents can be put up, and they put these people shoulder to shoulder. Democrats, unaffiliated, and we're shoulder to shoulder. And the other side, all they do is look for opportunities to say that we have violated one of the many laws about how you conduct yourself during early voting. You can't step out on the sidewalk. You can't say hello to a friend. I mean, it's ridiculous, and it diverts from the substance of these elections, and that's what drives me crazy. Our candidates feel they are obligated to go stand out there at early voting. Well, guess what? The people walking by you at early voting are very unlikely to be swayed at that point by a palm card, maybe a sample ballot. And if you're going to hand out a sample ballot, remind them that it has a back. Start at the back. Don't miss the school board candidates. And the other thing I would say, just in sort of bringing all this together in one comment, is everything is connected. We talk about the school board, but it's very important who we vote for the county commissioners. They allocate the funds. They also appoint many of the members of the County Board of Health, and we've seen what damage that board can do during the pandemic. So it's a straight line. Commissioners, Board of Health, School Board. We have to vote for all those folks. We have to get Nick Pacerno reelected, Jim Von Cannon, and then down to the school board, who will be the stewards of the money they allocate.
Let's point out, these are your picks. Not everybody in the room picks Jim Von Cannon. I like Phil Vandercook.
That's okay.
So.
I'm just talking the Republican endorsed.
The endorsed candidates. I got it. I understand. Like I said, I got a little of that treatment personally, so that's why I'm not a registered Republican. I will not be one, and I'm just not going to go into the rest of it.
Well, it's okay to be unaffiliated as long as you're also educated and engaged. That's what really matters.
Well, the majority of the county is unaffiliated all across the state.
I don't know what the numbers are. I haven't looked at them lately. But, the unaffiliated group is growing. Yeah.
And this Democrat numbers are shrinking.
Well, the unaffiliated numbers are greater than Democrat, but I don't know that.
And they're on par with registered Republicans, more or less.
Close. They're pretty close.
That's right. You're correct. But it's, we talk about reading and math and all those things, but remember, the school board has as its first duty to be stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. Yeah. And they have spent like drunken sailors on new schools and on everything, as Mr. Hensley says, but new teachers, more teachers, better teachers.
Yeah, that's your legacy school board, which includes Pam Thompson and like I said, the other two who shall not be named, but you can name them. I'm not going to utter their names.
We don't need to.
But Bruno, Benway, and Davis, they're going to give you, I think, they're going to build on what the minority of the three real conservatives on the board have given you over the last 2 years. These other
actually be able to get things done and get things done a lot cheaper
without having to fight for it.
Yeah,
hey, let logic prevail.
All right, guys, nice spirited conversation there. But so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for the TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support our local merchants, the ones you hear on our station. They're the heart of our economic viability here. Give them first crack at your spending dollars. And if you want to find out how you can increase your business substantially, well, give us a try. I'll prove it to you that we more than pay for ourselves. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at 2 at the dog park.